Okay, welcome back to the ribbon grid. Yeah, train's doing things. Uh, we've got a bit of a grid. We've got a bit of a mod, which is the 248K mod. We've got city blocks that are too small. Bots are running around doing a lot of things. I think at this point in episode 23, we've got we don't have those defenses done yet, but we've got all of these defenses done on this side, and I don't really think we need to worry about expanding for a while. I think we can just go and build stuff. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think we're gonna drop. Oh, there's some of the stuff that can disappear. Yeah, all of that stuff can. Bots can get rid of that as well. But I don't think I'm going to drop down the rest of these rail sections yet, because I don't know how much rail I have, and I'm currently not building it. We kind of pivoted these to solar panels. So I've got another. I used to have 3 full chests of rail, and now I've got like half a chest of rail. Um, and not planning on building it again until I get to purple science, and I'll also need rail to make stations, so I think we're going to leave that there. Yeah, train ran out of fuel, we're going to have to do that as well. It does look like we've got enough solar panels to drop one of these things somewhere else, so let's find a good candidate for that. That doesn't, yeah, for reasons it doesn't fit in the bottom pieces yet. Actually, that probably won't be too difficult to do, will it? If I just grab all of the stuff that doesn't include the rail and doesn't include the top row reports and find, yeah, down here, between these 2 power grid stations. Not going to put anything here. There's not too many trees. We don't mind losing those trees. We've got a lot of space now. Because most of the top half of that is the same, but there's a bit down here that, yeah, we can power it like that. Then can we get these things? Yeah, get these power poles, and that actually kind of lines up pretty well, doesn't it? Those 2 don't want to exist. And then can I get... yeah, okay. And then can I get... I guess I could also put 2 rows of things in here, but I think we're going to leave it like that. I think that's going to be... Sure, we'll call that the edge tile solar plan, whatever. I should be able to grab this and find somewhere, like, I just want to check that I can, in fact... Oh yeah, this is a spot that's not going to get anything else on it, because there's too many stations. Again, a couple of trees, whatever. Yeah, that also just now fits in places. Do these... That makes me a bit sad. I would prefer that these power poles would connect to this, just for... But also it doesn't really matter. We're getting enough power connections around the place anyway, and this kind of resiliency is not something I need to worry about at the moment. So yeah, bots got a lot of things to do. We're going to spend today wondering about whether or not I need to handcraft more silos, and I probably do. But we gotta just build a lot of stuff on this grid, build a lot of acid here. None of these guys actually have their ingredients yet, which is cool, because I want to see if I can move these, because this is going to be 5 refineries doing advanced refining just for acid. I think I want to do that differently and see if I can run it the other way, because I did some math, not even brain math, like actual on paper math, and concluded that I really wanted 7 of these for acid, and that only still gets me 2 machines making acid full time. So, whereas if I do... If I go this way, can I fit 7... If I have like here, that's 5. Can I get another 2 in? Only just. So let's move that down another tile. No, I think it does need to be here if I want any of the other connections to go through, doesn't it? Maybe? Yeah, because then the next thing, like at the moment, this water is lined up with this oil. So the next thing we're going to do is, remember that we are going to go and refuel a train at a moment, but we're going to set some of this stuff up first. This oil is going to go here, this water is going to go here, and then, yeah, we're going to have one of these also... There, could I have moved that down? Is that going to make a difference? But then I also want to reorganize all of these output pipes as well, because I want to make sure that this is pleasantly beaconable. Actually, does this end up pleasantly? I think it does end up pleasantly beaconable, doesn't it? Because I can have beacons on this side, and then I can have some beacons down here, and I think what we can do is just also kick this gas just out, and then these two guys can do something like this or whatever. Where is... Here is... Yeah, because I think the rest of the plan for this is we're going to go down here, and then this is going to be how all these refineries get their water. That's 7 refineries, isn't it? Yep. And then... Yeah, then with this actually also lines up super conveniently well, because we can have a pump in here, and pump in here. And then... Because I want more than one piece of light cracking per refinery, but I'm also not doing anything else with that, so can I have... Which way round is this? Is it this way round, if this is the light cracking? No, I want to have this here, but also have one prod mod and 2 efficiency modules. Because the plan with this is, can I now also... Yeah, kind of. Then if this thing here pulls back, then we can do that. And there's also now... Yeah, there's also now beaconable space in here and also in here. And so I think this thing... Yeah, this setup here... Now, I don't have all of the power sorted yet, do I? Yeah, then... Yeah, then I need a bit more heavy cracking. I need all of the heavy cracking. I need I think 2, maybe 3 heavy cracking. And then a bit more light cracking. But that's pretty happy with that. That's bots getting to build a bunch of things. Let's go, and I was going to ride this train back, but then the bots put the silo in, and now I can't. Yeah, let's go and find this train, which is, yeah, blocking intersections. Cool, good job. We can get to... Yeah, we can... About here is about the closest we can get. Like, these other paths that will swing in here are ones that will have these intersections blocked. So yeah, so... Train fueling plan, probably also a thing we need to address today. There's... Oh yeah, this is the old fiberglass node, and I said I was going to give these guys a train fueling plan based on this coal, and then didn't, so we're just going to go and do some of that now. And this is evenly pulled from this, so that's fine. This guy is also going to need a train fueling plan, so we can just do kind of that nonsense. Yeah, I think all of these guys are going to need... We're going to set these on 5-second time pass schedules as well. Maybe 10. So that, because we don't actually know where these things are getting fueled. And we can't have any more complicated schedules because of this whole thing about me disabling some of these train stations. Anyway, the train that's out of fuel is just over here, right? And then, yeah, these guys also don't have train fuel plans. Yeah, it's the trash train. Of course it is. And then this is the other water train, which we're just going to get on and ride back to the other location. This is actually not the water train, is it? And this one here is the water train, which has, yeah, train fuel plans. Going to be interesting. This station, I guess I'm pretty happy with. I guess it's doing everything that it needs to. Yeah, and then this also, basically everything needs all of these time pass schedules. Actually, this one doesn't. Because we're never putting fuel here. It's always going to be on this side. even though we don't know exactly which station this will be. Like, this might be in the kind of main petrochem that we finished last time that does light oil and gas. It might be in the acid that we're probably heading to now. Yeah. So all of these... Yeah, I'm expecting we turn up here. There are actually a couple of other places we could end up, couldn't we? We could have also ended up over here, but it doesn't look like we are. Is this... Oh no, we ended up there. I was not on the train on the bottom. Okay. Sure. In that case, we're just going to get out here and drive back over to where we're trying to set up this new acid thing, which is, I mean, slightly spicy, but also the train I was worried about getting hit by is the one that just went back to the water, so not super concerned about that. Yeah, so we're going to have acid here, we're going to have a lot of water here. All of this stuff isn't actually powered yet. Let's do the rest of this build and be happy that everything fits before we worry about figuring out how, yeah, before we turn any of this stuff on. Because these guys are going to have all the water they need for ages, so are these guys. We then need some heavy cracking, and I guess we just pull... Like, can I use this pattern again? This is going to be... Where would this pattern be? It could be here. Except yeah, this actually wants to be heavy cracking. Yep. Okay, is that a thing I'm happy about? Am I just connecting these? I think we're gonna do this, aren't we? Like, it's not a point where we need to worry about how much iron this costs. It's a point where we're worried about can we still walk around in between the builds. These guys are also not powered yet, which is also fine because there's just a ton of beacon space in here. I'm not concerned about the power at all. Yeah, so all of these things are... This one isn't. All of these light, heavy oil systems are connected, so the fact that these guys just hang off there is fine. Then we can also throw these things in here. Then I need more... Can I reuse? I would run out of... Can I have these forward? Can I have these forward by one and still beacon everything? Yes. Okay, in that case, we're going to move these forward by one to there. Yes. Because this means that I can actually do some kind of garbage like this, and then 3 on heavy, 2, 3, 4, and then these things don't need to exist here. And how many does that give me on light cracking? 7, 11? I kind of would like more than that. And also these things... Yeah, this whole setup here doesn't need to be like this, does it? So I might... Yeah, let's compress this a bit and get some more of these cracking dudes in, because kind of the point of... Okay, I guess we're just concertinaing all these things together. I'm not super concerned about... Yeah, these guys will definitely have all the beacon space they need, because we've also got beacon space out this side, and then this stuff can also just go like... Like so, and then we can drop some more of this down. Here, yeah, that's all fine. And then so the water we need to get in... Here, that doesn't feel great. Because there's... Yeah, because I can't walk through this, but I can also just put the water here and do that. And now I've got a little walkable gap, which is nice. We don't have all the power for this. In fact, yeah, that's kind of the point, isn't it? All these things are deliberately not powered on. We've got to get... This is the light oil. which needs to go like so. Okay. And then we've got to get, is this all... Yeah, these guys are all super beaconed, and these all, well, at least will be able to be quite easily beaconed. These guys line up with all of this stuff, which is fine. Yeah, and then I guess we're doing acid stuff over here. Have you got all your water yet? You haven't got all your water yet, but I guess the whole point of this guy being closer is that this is always going to get... Are you just slow getting the water done? Where's this train? It's just going backwards and forwards. And this was actually somewhere I decided I could have two trains, wasn't it? And I don't really have anywhere to put the acid train yet, so I guess we're just going... I do have fluid wagons, okay. And you can have, yeah, I guess you just get all of the solid fuel. And my train situation is a bit dire. But anyway, the thing we want to do now is find this train, grab its schedule, also give it to this train. Yeah, go and bring a lot of water to a lot of places. Yeah, pretty happy that is going to do at least something vaguely useful. So we've got... Oh, I also got... Yeah, so this gas is ending up over here. This gas is also here. So I think what I... Yeah, there's a couple of undergrounds that aren't going to need to exist, aren't there? There's like this one as well. But whatever. How am I getting... Oh, that's a good point. How am I getting this... This light oil also needs to reach this connection, because currently this is only coming from the heavy oil, and it kind of needs to be both. But I think we can leverage this thing to just do... Yeah, so now that's going to be all of the light oil cracking connected to all of the light oil, which is fine. Then we need to get this gas out. Because I think I kind of want to put a tank here somewhere. I kind of think I want to put a tank here, or I can put a tank over here. Is that better? Just to be able to pump... Yeah, to pump things into a little tank and to pump things out of... Yeah, if I have a tank over... Maybe not there, maybe here. I think that's going to be a decent place for it. Because this means I can have pumps that I don't have. Hopefully bots do. These I don't think are automated yet. Yeah, I can do stuff like this, which means I can maintain the pressure in whichever bit is building the acid over there, which is nice. And then this can't connect to... What is that even connecting to? Oh, that was these undergrounds. These undergrounds are from when this was connecting to the gas in the refinery, and I don't need them at all. Which actually means we can probably simplify all of this bit. So I think we will. I will go like here and here and here. Yeah, so that's going to be a mildly simpler heavy cracking, which is going to be fine. Then we can jump this over, which is nice. This square here, we cannot put a pipe, because this is the light oil that goes into this cracking. However, this guy here can also just do that. And now we've got... Yeah, these two different systems. And like, there's... I was about to say there's nothing else that light oil is doing, but that's a bit of a lie, isn't it? Because I actually need... Having talked about the train fuel plan... These are probably all solar panels? Yeah. Having talked about the train fuel plan, we kind of need to get some light oil in here somewhere. Is there... This is gas, this is light oil. I don't want to make solid fuel from... gas. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have one of these guys like here and have this just make solid fuel. And this is probably also in the category of things that I want to do with fancy mod train fuel later, but I'm just going to hack together this kind of thing now. And yeah, kind of in the same category as the solar panels, kind of in the same category as the basic trains we've got, that there are fancy mod trains somewhere. Yeah, fancy mod trains, which are actually upgrades from the existing trains. That's good. And then other turbocharger things we can do, which is fine, which we will, but not yet. For a while, we're just going to have basic trains. Sure. That can go through there, and then... Yeah, I do need... Is there any way I can get heavy oil? Yes. Maybe I like this better. Yeah, more like that more than doing, actually. Okay, fine. You just stole the modules that I was going to use. Yeah, because the trains that need fuel are going to be down here. So let's also just do the train fuel down here. Is this guy... I hope this guy is going to get enough light oil. I guess we find out. There's not really space for a pump or anything like that, is there? Okay, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. This guy, yeah, change this recipe to the solid fuel that we want. We're going to use this as our train fuel for a bit. You can go over there. You're asking for the same modules? Yeah, sure. And then we want to get these two trains fueled. It's actually not that train. It's from the other side. But we kind of need to take fuel down there for that train anyway, so okay, fine. Being responsible, fueling the trains. Let's have... Yeah, let's do that, and then kind of this nonsense, and then we can have... That actually lined up better than I expect. That's just going to hopscotch it into this train, isn't it? Let's give you a bit of a cache, because these trains probably are going to need boxes of fuel, yeah, because the trains here are not going to be around for very long. Yeah, like this is how long they stay. Yeah, the cargo's empty already, and it's just waiting on the timer. So we do in fact need like a box here rather than a belt to get everything in fast enough. Okay, let's also work on this power plant, because that will connect both those pumps, which is nice. Can we just run... Yeah. And then on this side, this is still not going to be in the way of any of the beacon wall space, so that's fine. So all those guys are powered. Let's connect this over here as well. And then, yeah, we've got to get fuel on this train somehow, which I think we're just going to do with... Yeah, you are... How is your fuel? Because you're going backwards and forwards quite a bit, because I'm just, like, requesting a lot of water. Actually, this train station down here, is this still limit 1? It's not, but I also still only want 2 trains there. Like, one of these ones... Is it this? Do I have 3 trains associated with that? Yeah, I thought it was... Yeah, this one here. This little one that's also not doing anything. That can just sit there for a while. Sure, whatever. I don't even think this train needs to exist at this point. I could get another fluid wagon back. Okay. So bots are bringing all of that stuff. This build goes right to the edge, which I'm not super happy about, but I'm also not disappointed about this. I think this has filled out this grid pretty nicely. Let's get some of these connections in here, and then we'll be able to pump the fluids in, and we should hopefully see this work. Because also, yeah, we don't know. I mean, presumably this works, but also I haven't actually... That's going to be... no, keep that one there. Yeah, haven't actually put any fluids into the system yet, so we've kind of hoped that this is all going to fit together, but maybe it doesn't. Then we also need this guy here, don't we? Like that. Yeah, fine. Okay. So let's think about the acid now, because these silos here are going to want the acid. Let's have this guy have 1 train station and do all this kind of stuff. Caps lock is apparently on. And are we going to distinguish between these 2 types of acid? Probably. I mean, we'll definitely need to. I don't know if we're going to do in the train station limits. It might just be a thing that we distinguish with in the icons. But yeah, I think the acid plant that I wanted. Do I have? I no longer have chem plants on my person. Okay. Bots can put those back. I've got the things I kind of need to arrange this stuff now, because I kind of wanted acid, sulfur. All of these guys are going to get fully prod modded, because these guys get stuff done pretty fast. And I think I wanted a pattern where, yeah, I think the way the math worked out, could have installed a calculator, didn't, is that this whole thing here, with the modules they've got, will give me enough stuff for 3 chem plants on acid running full time. And I think the way I want to do that is with, with 2 of these. I'll have this. 2 of these. Let's run that around this way so that I can have kind of direct insertion thing here. Let's also get this kind of pattern and patch these in, and then are we doing like that, or are we going to have a solid line of... Let's do a solid line of water, because we also need to get this water. If I'm doing it like that, then we can do this, right? Does this... This kind of eats up a bit of the beacon space, though, doesn't it? Which is a bit of a shame. I guess I've got beacons here, but that's also going, like, if this is going to tile this way, which it is, then yeah, I've really only got a couple of beacons in here. But this means I can get 4 beacons on each of the sulfur plants. And then also, I guess... no, that didn't work, did it? Because we've got to have this one as well. So do we, in fact, do something like... Do we put another gap in here and run another pipe down here, or do we... Or do we just not worry about it yet? Because I can still get... Yeah, because when I do this, I'm still going to get... Only... Yeah, if I do like beacon here... Actually, beacon here, beacon here, beacon here, beacon here. I can't have this beacon here, because I've still got to have some output for this stuff as well. But this is also still... This beacon is hitting these 3, which means that this guy here is also going to receive this beacon. So this is going to be like 4 beacons per sulfur plant. So I reckon that's going to be fine eventually. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's just keep going with this then. Yeah, because I think the other thing we want to do is have one of these... Don't throw grenades around. Those grenades are pretty powerful. I will be unhappy about destroying everything. Yeah, I guess we just link all of... Actually, instead of that, let's do it with these power poles, which I'm pretty sure should link up everything. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Because I think with this geometry, especially with this gas running this way and this pipe running this way, I actually want to grab all of this and put it this way and line this acid up with one of the inputs to that tank. And then the gas is also over the side. Is that going to be what we do? Sure, and then... Oh, this doesn't actually line up with the water, does it? If I move this... If I moved this 2 squares forwards, as in 2 squares to the left... let's do this half at a time, then I'll be able to figure out where 2 squares is. And then actually check whether or not that works. Because this acid is still in line with this dude here, which is the plan. Yeah, we're gonna do this and then wire this, because I don't think I necessarily want 1.5 million acid, but I still do want like 300,000 acid. Just let's have a lot of acid. And then yeah, this is still... that was the only one that I missed. Okay, fine. This is still not super lined up with this water, is it? Sure. Okay, so we've got water there, we've got this... Oh yeah, I was going to poke a belt through there underneath, wasn't I? You also have not been powered. I should have powered you, that's an important part of the plan. Yeah, because that's actually stopping this entire process from running. These guys also don't have their water. Why not? Oh, because you are missing... Oh, cool. Okay, so there's a bunch of other stuff to do over here. We'll come back and let bots build all this. Yeah. Things missing all their pipes. But all these guys have water? Yeah, and then they don't have the petrochem stuff they need because, you know, the rest of that was broken. Is that... Did I not end up leaving... That's only kind of just beaconable space, isn't it? I can get 2 beacons on the side. I think I would have preferred to move all of this out by, like, 1 line. But then I've got a pile of beaconable space on this side as well. And this is also just making acid, so I'm probably fine with that. Yeah, I can't take up. I was wondering if there's one of these power poles I could grab to connect that myself, but whatever. Okay, so bots are bringing that in. This... Getting stuck on combinators is not a thing that happens a whole lot to me. It's usually rocks and things. Yeah, put these back. Okay, so now these guys have got their water connection. Yes, because the water connection comes through here, which is fine. Wait, no, that's not the water connection, is it? That's all extremely silly. That is acid. That won't do what I need it to at all. I'm going to need, to be honest, like, not a whole lot of water. And let's also connect the gas, all these things. Yeah, good job connecting all the things that need to be connected. Here. Yep, so that's going to connect the gas. This water, we're just going to also, I guess, pump this way. Which we're also going to do while we figure out how to bring some of the solid fuel in, you know, both of these directions, because everyone's going to need this. This box can just fill with solid fuel? Yeah, sure, whatever. And then I also, yeah, water was the other thing that I needed. I guess we're doing that. Here? Sure. That's where it's already powered. Yeah, we can just make a mess, it's fine. We don't necessarily want to make a mess quite there, because that's where the acid is. We've got to keep those systems separate. But then we also wanted, yeah, let's also do... don't have belts. I guess bots can help me with belts. Through here somewhere, right? Yeah, and that's, I guess, why we left this space here. And we've now got everything running. This is... That's that working, which is nice. Doing the things that it needs to. That's going to connect up to... Where is... Here, okay. And this is actually in line with the thing I need it to be, so that's also pretty nice. I think we want to do... Yeah, we want to do this thing where these guys actually put it in a box, don't we? You're going to get it slowly, but then you're going to put it in this box, and you're going to have like 4 stacks of fuel. It's going to be way more fuel than I need there. This is... Yeah, I've got more cracking than I need, so that when these guys get moduled and beaconed, I can still manage all of that. But I think we're going to be... Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. I mean, I can still fit 1, 2, 3... Does a beacon... Yeah, so a beacon... Looking at this refinery, I can get beacons 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can hit this thing with 4 beacons from this side, and then probably... yeah, actually a whole lot more than that, isn't it? It's going to be this whole row here. Yeah, so these things can easily get up to 8 beacons or so we're not really worried about that. This guy, yeah, is not getting the light oil because these guys, there's not enough left over from this light oil cracking, is there? Oh well. I guess this will back up, and then, I don't know, maybe, whatever, we're going to ignore it. We're going to presume that's going to be fine. We also need, yeah, we need more of these things to go through. That fits there? Yeah, sure. And then, yeah, let's just continue powering these things. And that probably could have just been belts, really. But yeah, whatever. We're going to do the same thing as this over. Okay, when I say same thing, I mean I actually need both those parts. Like so. Like maybe I also put another train station here that just does sulfur, because I've got all the things I need here for sulfur, but I'm also not going to worry about that yet. Not things I need to be particularly concerned about yet. Then you're not going to get stuff at a particularly high rate, which is fine, but we're going to put it on the train at a better rate. So that this is going to connect here. You guys are all powered. I mean, I say you're all powered, you're actually not all powered, are you? Give me this power pole. You're achieving nothing for the moment, but being able to power this on will make me feel better about maybe some things. No, because I didn't bring the water in. Water is still a thing that everyone needs. Okay, so that should be this entire gas build done. This gas is building up. This guy is not getting the light oil it needs. Oh well. Yeah, probably if I had this guy up here, maybe even that wouldn't be enough. Whatever, we're going to wander away from it and presume that it's fine. Because we've got other builds to do now. Let's check on whether or not the bots are... Yeah, bots have built all of this. We are completely safe. That aspect is fine. Can I squeeze some more landmines in there? Kind of. Yeah, grid fully built as much as it needs to be. Bots putting solar panels in places. That's pretty nice. I do need more silos. Yeah, because the next step is we've got things I think I need to work towards. Purple science needs titanium. And this is a thing we've implemented before, we just haven't put it on a grid. Titanium comes from molten titanium, which comes from, somewhere down there, whatever. Comes from pure titanium, which comes from rich water. So the rich water we get also in a different way from... I've got a couple of ways of doing this now. Yeah, I still want to use the stone one, because this lets me turn stone into copper and iron, which is a big deal, because stone is the thing I can get for free with those stone miners. That needs hydrofluoric acid. So we're gonna go do kind of this thing. Why do I have solar panels on my inventory? Bots can put these in a grid somewhere. Yeah. Lots of bots, they're fine. Yeah, hydrofluoric acid is a thing we're going to do. Like, we're going to take this acid. Wait, what was the recipe I wanted for hydrofluoric acid? That's not the recipe for hydrofluoric acid. What's this? Oh, more dirty water. Yeah, fluorite, water, sulfuric acid gives me back hydrofluoric acid, and then the hydrofluoric acid, when I do this, spits out the rich water. So actually, we want to put hydrofluoric acid on a train, and then we want to bring in a train of sulfuric acid and dirty water. So this is going to be a 3-train station, and I do not think I have the silos for this. But let's also figure out where we can do that. Actually, was that the... No, it was this rich water one that spits out the water. This this hydrofluoric acid actually needs water. So I think that ends up, hydrofluoric acid is 50 water, 100 water, 100 water. The acidic water I can also turn into sulfuric acid, right? That's going to be part of the plan there. Where is that acid recipe over here? I think this entire thing will be water negative, though. Like, I think I'm going to need to train water in. So that's going to be probably another 4 stations, another 4 fluid stations. Okay, so where can I put 4 fluid stations? Is this other... Yeah, that other solar panel's also not done yet. Let's keep this over here. Maybe just like here or something. And then I can kind of leverage it off this water as well, just by running a pipe through here. In fact, if I had... I don't have the solar blueprint. I've got the solar blueprint here. If I was doing something like this, there's absolutely a bunch of spaces to be able to run some pipes, actually in line with where these poles are. So I can run some water over here from this tank, because this tank is always going to have a lot of water and always need a lot of water. I guess I could also do that from this tank to like this square. Do I like that more? Maybe I like that more. Because this stuff is going to be using less water, probably because all this is doing is acid. So yeah, I think we do that. I think we wander ourselves down here. We want to past the square. I don't want all these train stations next to each other, because we're going to then run into issues with trying to run into issues with all the trains trying to get past all the other trains that are in stations. But if we come down here, we want 3 train stations. We don't want the water one, but where am I? I'm over here. Okay. One. That's another place, isn't it? It's going to be down here. And then this one is actually going to be... Yeah, I have 3 train stations. That happens to be exactly the number I wanted. This is going to be... This is going to be my fancy acid. I don't even... I mean, maybe there are kinds of acid after hydrofluoric, and I'm being, like, a bit... prejudicial about what exactly is fancy. I can come up with better names than fancy, though. That'll be fine. So yeah, so these are going to do... We'll do the same combinator things over here. This here should be enough space, right? Probably, presumably. Let's presume that's going to be enough space and kind of build this thing later. This one is going to be... We're finally doing something with the dirty water that is... Where's the dirty water? Is that the dirty water? Yes. And then over here, this is... Yeah, we also wanted the acid that we just built, even though we're not actually putting it on a train yet. And I suspect I'm going to need pumps and... Yeah. I'm going to need pumps and silos and a bunch of things like that. And... a variety of combinators here, and do I have the combinators? Yes. I can't even tell... That's kind of the same spot there, isn't it? Wait, these guys don't need combinators, they're just wired directly to the tanks. Yeah, cool, fine. Okay, so, do I have... No, I don't have game plans. That's going to be kind of annoying. Okay, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to wander... I don't even have any kind of basic fuel. So I guess we're just walking, but I guess I could have cut down a tree to power my car to walk all the way back up here. Yeah, this guy's actually... oh no, these trains are getting some fuel. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, give me these. Bots can put them back, but I wanted some things to wander down here and be able to piece together this kind of, yeah, we'll have to thread some water through here as well. Yeah, figure out how we're going to put together this fancy acid, because there are a couple of steps, aren't there? Like the hydrofluoric acid. That's what we want. So first of all, we've got to get this fluorite out, which means we need this one down here is the dirty water. Yeah, so we've got to get assemblers. We've got to get assemblers making us fluorite, and this also gives us 50 water back per fluorite, and then per fluorite this needs 100 water. Okay, so we can still dispose of the water coming out of this machine by putting it in here. We get the acidic water out. Yeah, so water was going to come from the outputs of all of these processes and also the water line from the top, probably. I don't think I can prod mod any of... Yeah, no, we already tried that. Yeah. And also I haven't thought about how much of this I need, because this guy's super fast. This is 50 acidic. This will consume 50 sulfuric acid every 0.2 of a second. The sulfuric acid ones I set up elsewhere are... Yeah, I made 3 of these. So one of these things will consume all of the acid that I'm currently making. Am I currently making acid? I am currently making acid. Yeah, we're putting acid on a train. That's everything we wanted. Kind of. These guys are still... Yeah, it's fine, sure. Is the light oil... Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, so we've got 1 fluoride every 0.2 of a second. Also 1 fluoride every 0.2 of a second. So with these silos being... I mean, this is going to be so much dirty water, isn't it? I think what I do is I just do something like so. Can you go... Oh, you're going to go here if we do that. But the acid was coming in from this side, wasn't it? Okay, I think that's actually... This is also, like, crazily enough, still going to have beaconable space. Even if I put a power pole, like... Does that connect? It connects if it's here. Which is... it's not, because I need to get the sulfuric acid in somehow. Yeah, okay, we're worried about that. Okay, so this is way more than I need, and is very quickly going to fill up this fancy acid stuff, but that's fine. I'm a long way away from pipes that I can copy and paste. Yeah, so this is going to be the fancy acid. It's going to go over here. We're kind of 1 tile off, but that's fine. Oh, bots have silos. That's exciting. Bots apparently don't have pumps, which is not entirely surprising. Oh no, they've got pumps. They don't have prod mods. Have I used up all of the prod mods that were in that stash? I have, because I set these back to speed mods and they didn't change it. And then blue science is dead. Oh, blue science is dead also because of red chips. Okay, that's also just like we're not quite making enough yet. So you go and do that. And then I guess we just speed up the red chips, sure. I said speed up the red chips. Okay, so we're going to get more red chips in. We still don't have the prod mods we need. Yeah, so the rest of this grid, I'm going to need to do something like this. Not necessarily like that, but it's going to be, you know, that's going to do what we need. Kind of, in a kind of ugly way. So yeah, so that's not actually going to... Yeah, that's not actually going to get the fluoride in. That's going to deal, and it's also not going to deal with, yeah, it's not going to get the things I need done. It's going to get some of the stuff in, but it's not going to get all of the stuff in. So all of this actually will just change that a bit. It's fine. All of this also I wasn't super attached to anyway. Because we've got to get, this is, except that I did want some of these underground pipes to be able to copy and paste things. Yeah, so we are going to do this. Except these guys kind of need to be in the stack and soda range, don't they? So can I fit these guys 2x2 at all? Because these guys are going to need stack inserters to do this. Oh yeah, sure. Where's the little iron box? I had an iron box that I was using for fuel. Like this guy here. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. All these other things are... Oh yeah, I should have taken that as well. That's a pipe there. Okay. So now these guys can have... Is they going to go like that? I mean, I've still got some amount of beacon ore space, don't I? And we are going to end up with, like, more water up here anyway, because we've got a bunch of extra stuff to deal with. And then I guess this acid can still actually do the same thing that I was looking at before. And it's actually kind of even tidier now, which is a little wild. So we're going to get acid here. We don't even putting acid on a train yet, but we will. Isn't there... Yeah, let's get the dirty water in here. Dirty water less than... Let's also just go to 100k. This is so much fancy acid that I just don't need. But yeah, let's find that dirty water train. It's this guy. How much fuel do you have? Yes, some. Yeah. Have dirty water. To please dirty water. And then full to empty, and then also this time passed thing, because I have not yet decided where I'm fueling these trains, which is a continued thing. Yeah, just keep doing that. You'll be fine. There's a ton of dirty water in here. We'll make more of it when we end up making these composites. You go and empty your stuff, and then this one we've got, like, this is currently taking these waste products to near where we're making red chips, which has coal, so we can probably fuel it on that side. This guy, oh, this guy's getting fueled at the mall, isn't he? Yeah, we've got kind of a fuel plant at the mall, so that's nice. Yeah. Then, so the acid I don't need. This, there was a way of turning. Oh yeah, there was a way of turning... This is what I wanted to do with this acidic water. Yeah, there's a way of turning the acidic water I'm getting out of this back into acid, which, to be honest, I can just pump straight into these tanks, because there's always going to be space. Let's make sure there's always going to be space. This was a thing we needed to do anyway. Read contents. Yeah, this guy, please acid. Disable this train station. Terrible plan. We're doing it anyway. This less than... Yeah, we'll get another... We'll have like 300,000 dirty water over here. We'll have 300,000 acid over here. We'll have a similarly catastrophically vast amount of this fancy acid in this other place as well. It'll be fine. Rail grid stuff. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, okay, so we are actually going to put this... Where's... Oh, I do have pipes. Here's some more of my dirty water arriving, which is nice. That'll connect there, so this, and then also, yeah, give me this one, because I don't actually want 1.5 million hydrofluoric acid either. I think I want... For my fancy acid, rich water, fancy acid. Fancy acid less than, say, again, let's not have as much fancy acid as basic acid, but we'll still have quite a lot. Okay, so these guys, there's some beaconable space around the outside. If I can actually have that one power pole there, won't affect my beacons at all. So I can actually have, beacon here, beacon. Okay, so the beacon here won't hit these fluoride things. But do I have? I do not. I kind of wanted to set limits on this stuff, but also this one's already got a limit, so we can just do that. Do I need to make these things? No. I've also nearly finished all the solar panels, so that's nice. So yes, so this guy is spitting rich water out at some rate to which I have not paid attention. So I've got two of these guys. 50 acidic water every 0.2 of a second, which is so much. How much do these guys process? 150 acidic water in 4 seconds. So these guys, yeah. So I'm taking 3 times as much per cycle, but the cycle is lasting 5 times as long. I'm making 500 acidic water a second if these two guys are running at speed. 500 acidic water a second? Yeah, 2 assemblers, 5 cycles each per second, 500 acidic water a second. So if you guys are dealing with 500 acidic water per second, I need many of these, in fact. 4 of them to deal with 150 acidic water per second, and then multiply that by 3 gives me to 450. So I'm looking at like 15 or so of these things. Interesting. Is this... I also don't know whether this is water positive or negative yet, do I? I have not actually figured that bit out. But these guys are all going to be powered once this turns up. Yeah, water's going to be here. This... I don't actually have a plan for getting water in there yet, do I? Okay, so I guess... Yeah, so all of that's going... Actually, the only thing I need to do, and this is bit of a shame because we're still in the space of we are where an episode ends and are kind of halfway through finishing a thing, is we're just going to figure out how to get actually a vast number of these things in. And probably also making the beacon board is also all of this space is also a thing we can have. So also, I guess we just start doing normal looking things. Because this can actually be the same pattern as the cracking counter, but with inputs and outputs in a different place. So we actually don't need that at all. We can have that followed by here gives me beacon space down the middle of all of these guys, which is nice. And then these guys offset slightly, because this line is the hydrofluoric, and then we just get a lot of these. Except we also need these connections. And then, yeah, and then this is actually exactly the same pattern I would use for cracking in a bunch of places. This is not where this is going, but like we've got a ton of bots. Bots are not going to mind about me moving this elsewhere, except I needed a lot of this. I needed... Can I get... I don't even know if I can get another row in there. Can I get... No, because it's kind of going to clash with where the other pipe connections on the other silo are. Yeah, this is... I did not expect to be in the position of the fancy acid build depending on how much acidic water I could process. Oh, I also did want an acidic water overflow, didn't I? For various reasons. Yeah, we'll look at a tech next time. Because the other thing I was thinking about acidic water for is the next thing we're doing. Yeah, let's set up the next episode where we will again finish this build and start the next one. Because the next thing we're doing with this is making rich water, which gives us crystals back. I don't know if that's going to be enough crystals. And the other way we get crystals is by using the acidic water. So I think I actually wanted, in addition to, maybe I just put the acidic water processing here. I think that's a decent call, actually. Yeah, put some of the acidic water processing in a different grid square, and also use that to make more crystals. Sure. Otherwise we're pretty good. Otherwise we've got a lot of things done. Otherwise bots have built all our defensive structures. We're making a bunch of sulfuric acid. We are making a bunch of sulfuric acid. Some of these things are blinking because they don't have the prod mods. That's fine. We've still got a lot of these things. Yeah, we'll handcraft a bunch of silos. We'll get some more fluid wagons. We'll put these trains around the place. Maybe even deal with a bit of the other fuel plans, and then we'll come back for the next episode and make a bunch of fancy acid, make a bunch of rich water, and probably, hopefully, also put crystals on a train. We'll see. It'll be interesting.